Stand by for the opening night of the National Television Service.
Welcome back to the other end of the candle. Today we're going to be starting off with a horrible news story that's going to ruin your week.
This is part of our new segment.
Today we have a West Virginia couple charged with trafficking their adopted black children to be used as slaves, authorities allege. Initial thoughts?
Bad.
There's an ad. I'm trying to close
Did
the
you
ad.
have any secondary thoughts besides bad for that one?
Shock, I guess.
Shock for sure.
And then I was like, West Virginia?
Yeah.
Out of all the states?
Out of all the Virginias, I would think West, certainly.
You know,
Didn't you forget that West Virginia existed for a long time?
Yeah,
yes, we were talking about that.
I was a senior in high school when I discovered that the state of West Virginia existed.
So how can you say that that's a normal thing to happen in West Virginia?
Well, maybe
because he only knows one fucking thing about it. It's this.
Honestly, like, so that it's a white couple, right?
That's
maybe they thought that they were just regular white children covered in coal.
What?
Switch to Julian. His reaction is
he was smoking.
I don't care.
I was trying. I'm not.
Well, because we were talking about. You were saying like I shouldn't say fuck that early. Like,
yeah, you're right.
We probably also shouldn't be visibly smoking.
No,
that early.
I don't think the algorithm picks up on your vape pen.
That's why we're banned off TikTok.
The algorithm's like, this guy's a pussy. Who's gonna follow him?
What's that? A vape pen? Gay? Block? Okay.
You do another one?
Wait, are we just gonna
I
gloss over the fact that Zachary just said that about coal dust? Is anyone gonna react?
No. Well, we would have saw a reaction if you swapped to the man.
He was smoking.
I also I didn't hear what you said about coal dust, so we
he didn't even hear it.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh, now you have
his
to
ears were ringing
that.
from the inherent racism.
Yeah, no, I'm positive my weak liberal constitution simply blocked it out.
Jesus Christ.
I don't really know if
yep,
I want to
it is
repeat
them.
it.
For sure it's them. You don't even have to read it.
Oh, well, it says that they adopted. Never mind. I'm not repeating it.
Do you have the gavel? This is fucking guilty, dog. This is fucking jail. Jail for both of you. Jail for just the haircuts alone. Like.
2 West Virginia parents are awaiting trial on more than a dozen charges after adopting 4 black children and allegedly using them for, quote,
what does that couple do in their fucking free time?
Farm.
He looks like he gets caught by fucking the fucking pedophile police, and then she looks like she's just making some Starbucks employee contemplate suicide. That's an easy joke to make about an older woman. I could think about something else she looks like.
I think she looks like the type of woman that would adopt black children and force them to work on a farm.
To me, she is my reference point for that.
Janine Whitefeather and Donald Latz, 62 and 63. You got something else?
Doc some.
Who are both white, have been charged with human trafficking of children, civil rights violation.
It totally would be okay if they were Hispanic, but yeah.
Use of a minor child in forced labor and child neglect, according to their 17-count indictment.
Are they the ones that like locked the kids up and like wouldn't feed them?
I mean, that's part of it too, yeah. But I think that probably happens a lot.
Horrible.
Were they specifically used for manual labor?
Zach, this is a bad segment, dog.
No, Julian, this is good. This is great. Trust me. You know what I started? Never mind. I'll tell you later.
You have to tell me later?
Now you have to repeat what you said about the coal dust. I feel like Julian deserves to
hear it. All I said was that maybe they didn't know that they were black children. Maybe they thought they were white children covered in coal dust.
That's like...
Because West Virginia?
I feel like that is, at the end of the day, coming from Zach's more cartoonish side, where he likes to imagine like a little child, like chimney sweep, getting caught up in all this rigmarole. I I can see that is coming from the more sympathetic side, but also like, fuck, man.
Was that really bad?
Pretty fucked up thing to say.
What was it really?
No, like, okay, yes, it's more like the story is so serious. There's like no
horrible
jokes to be made about it. It's like, it's so horrible. You can't even do shockingly. Like, you can talk about like I've heard stories about like, you know, like a man will try to fuck a horse, like, or have the horse fuck them, really but then happened. They won't realize it did in Washington. Yeah, exactly. Enumclaw, Washington. Boeing employees. Live out there. Boeing employees, nonetheless. That's why the planes are built as such. Because the Boeing engineers don't understand the physics that when an 18-inch horse penis expands inside of your intestines, it will kill you and make you bleed to death.
Oh, he was on so many drugs.
I believe that. Yeah, Enumclaw, right?
Enumclaw.
Yeah.
Enumclaw.
Represent.
And there's also like an abandoned mental hospital out there, which is pretty cool.
That seems fuck.
It's really creepy. There's like a creepy wheelchair just in the window. Every time I've gone to visit, it's still there.
Is that one of the like Saint Ignatius or something like that? Is that like a haunted place, like a famously haunted place?
Haunted if you want it to be.
Roseanne. Sorry, I was trying to think of my own. Fuck God, I hate when I like have a joke idea, but I can't think of. Well, no, she called a black woman.
You don't have to say those things on Twitter. Roseanne. Okay.
She called I think it was she called a black woman, or she said a black woman looked like a gorilla or something like that. And then she did like a interview afterwards, and like there's a funny meme out of it where she yells, "I thought the bitch was white." And they could have been doing that when they were getting arrested for well, they didn't get arrested for being racist.
Do you remember a second ago when you said, "I hate when I do that"? I hate when you do that too, dog. That was awful.
Wait, when I do it, when I can't think of the thing I'm trying to think of?
No, it's more like when if you really had hit it across fucking home plate on that one, like if you had Googled Roseanne to get to like the punchline of the episode.
I was scrolling. Yeah, you're right. I get hooked on shit.
Yeah, and you're not
really
even
hard.
taking fucking what was that she was on? It's not
Let's
Adderall,
get back to
Xanax.
this horrible article.
Oh my God.
We're talking about two parents who adopted 5 black children. I thought it was 4. Has cared for them for at least 8 years, and this is going to come out at trial. And oh wait, that was their attorney denying that it happened. During the arraignment, 13 judicial circuit judge yada 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 said, "I don't think I've ever seen an indictment like this in my whole life. I don't give a shit." Where did it say? CNN has obtained court documents related to the case, which began in October 2023. When county sheriff's deputies responded to a 911 call raising concerns about the children.
That's like 3 or 4 fucking seasons, dog. We're not acting quickly enough. These children are still farming.
Oh no! They're no longer with the parents.
Good.
They're in jail on like $500,000 bail because they got arrested for $200,000 bail, but they're fucking rich enough that they paid it out. And they went back and they were fucking enslaving these kids again. Is that fucking crazy? They made bail and went back out and went right back to work.
Smiling?
Why am I smiling? Because this is absurd. It's insane. Who has $400,000 lying around for bail and then adopts 5 children to force them into slave labor on a farm?
The type of person who doesn't have to pay for anything.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, they were saving all those salaries from farm physical labor.
Yeah, no, that's the cumulative. That's 7 401ks working for you at once, dog.
You have a lot more to read because I don't like it.
I don't think they liked it either.
Yeah, and
I don't think anyone.
Woman, I don't have to watch the news. I'm that privileged.
Wait, what did you just say? As a white woman, you don't have to watch the news.
Like, and that makes me think.
What does that mean?
I don't have to watch the news, and
Let's
I don't want to hear about it.
Have you seen those? It's like a meme where it's like, "Babe, should I worry about the economy?" And the text back is like, "Don't worry, kitten." And it's like, "Yay!" Heart emoji.
I don't pay rent. I don't want to watch the news, you guys. Like, can I just be sad in my head and not think about that?
You guys can't call me racist. I'm drinking out of a Kamala mug.
Oh,
What was that?
I'm protected.
That was
This
me
is like
going.
this is like a force field. This is like hey, listen.
inhaling
Here's why.
deeply.
Anyone who's racist is gonna see this mug and hate me. Okay, I'm making enemies with this. This is a statement piece.
I feel like Zach, you honestly we are both constantly walking the line as to how we look and come across when we deliver these jokes. That could for sure be an ironic shithead purchase, which it kind of was.
I'll have you
But
know,
not
I've
for the
given more
worst
money to the
reasons.
Kamala Harris campaign than anyone fucking watching this.
You
It's like me and
But
then like George
also
Santos.
the Trump campaign. So
Hey, we don't talk about that.
Forget
You know, I was
the
thinking about I was
pile.
buying a Jewish believers for Trump or whatever the fuck Jewish people for Donald
Yeah.
Trump button.
But I mean, believers in like you mean they believe in the religion?
So there's believers for Trump, which I
Yeah.
think is just a vague term for Christians.
Yeah.
And then there was like it wasn't Jews for Trump. It was like Jewish something, like Jewish, I think maybe people, Jewish, I don't know,
Jewish American.
Jewish Americans for Trump, some shit like that. But nonetheless, I kind of like, every time I buy, Trump's buttons are twice as much as Kamala's. It's fucking ridiculous. And so I kind of feel like whenever I buy a Kamala Harris button, I feel like it's like a carbon tax on all the money I'm giving to the Republican Party. I feel like I have to like, for all the emissions I'm making over here, I have to like balance it out over on the Dem side, you know?
So you even it out such that you've
With
contributed
such mugs.
nothing to the Republican Party and a single donation to the Democratic Party or something like that.
No, Donald Trump's probably gotten more money. His shit's more expensive.
Are you gonna
I
talk
doubt
about?
he's gotten more money. He gets really fucking
from me.
slammed. Oh, from you?
Specifically. I'm talking
Maybe,
about
dog. After that fucking story, I don't
first-hand account.
Are you gonna talk about how you only got one button?
I did. I got fucking
He
cut
screwed
short by
you.
Kamala. No, Kamala did.
Fuck.
Kamala. I got sent two packs, except one of them was a 1-pack. I got screwed. I will say that I did get a nice text and email from the Kamala Harris campaign saying that they apologized for how long it was taking to get me my stuff, unrelated to that specific button.
Because they had to print a whole new fucking series of buttons, dog.
Yeah. Well,
They just had to cross out Joe on all of them. Like, they had to do it fast.
So I like the Kamala Harris campaign. They have like a login, so you could like log into your account and track all your purchases. Whereas the Donald Trump stuff, you just have to like save your email, and to like with the Kamala Harris stuff, you can like write a complaint or like a message on their like website. Whereas the Donald Trump one, you have to like make an account with like WinRed or like the RNC or some shit like that, and then make a vague like request like help, and then hope that someone fucking replies to you. And it's very difficult, but yeah, that's how I vote. I just look at how they can run a website. If you can't run a website, can't run a country.
Can't run a
You know what I mean? Like Donald Trump likes to talk about how he's the businessman candidate. Motherfucker cannot run a business. It's so actually he can run a business because he'll sell you stuff. But if you need help afterwards, it's two birds, bro, and they're not bald eagles. It's fucked up. It's really difficult. They don't give you like an order number or anything. Actually, maybe they probably give you an order number.
Probably just give you like a tracking number or something like that.
No, not even, because a lot of it isn't shipped until it's all made to order. But like I
So
lost
you
my train of thought.
order the Jewish Americans for Trump, and then they make that for you.
Yeah, it's all made to order. Everything is.
Your Trump buttons make me giggle because legit none of them have anything to do with you. You are a white
yeah, it's
straight
not gonna
man.
be white cis men for Trump.
But like
if you're that,
legit.
you just wear that's what the MAGA hat's for.
Yeah, people don't even on Trump's side don't even like being called cis. This is like
They're
they're
like, I'm not your sister,
I'm
brother.
regular. I'm a regular man with a regular sized penis. I'm sorry, birds. I was told not to scream because I'd wake the birds up, and I
It's
broke
okay, I
my
yelled
promise.
Roxanne. We've broken it.
Oh man. Well, we're getting into this. Can I can add something to my I went on a little tirade about how I think that we should ban apartments and just build condos. I have a list of I'm building Zachary's commandments
Well, actually,
for the
since
country.
we still in theory have one more, I wanted to ask you a little more on topic because
Oh,
I
go
do
for it, go for it,
want to
go
hear
for it,
this.
go for it.
We haven't really talked about this, and maybe it's too vague. What do you guys think of the switch from Joe to Kamala?
Motherfucker, I thought you meant the game console for a second. Sorry, my bad. I was like, Switch on board. I'm with you.
Switch Legend of Zelda Smash fucking tight, bro.
It makes my Joe Biden buttons more rare, so I'm pretty excited about that. They dropped some Joe Biden merch like a week and a half before the Switch, and I just barely bought it before they removed it from the website. I actually just got an email last week saying that they shipped that stuff, because I sent an email after like a month of waiting. I was like, fuck, I wonder if this stuff's not coming. I wonder if I ordered it too late. But I really wanted it because it's like no one's going to have this like, you know, official Joe Biden getting dropped merch. And I got an email saying that I would still get it. And actually, I brought some props that I'll when they come, I'll bring them on the show. Joe Biden in the last days of his presidential campaign was selling a beverage, and I purchased a six pack of the Joe Biden beverage before it got taken off the website, and it's on the way. So we have that to look forward to.
Yeah, crack open. Honestly, that's a really funny prop for the skit that we were thinking for the video we were thinking of for doing another Halloween video.
Well, it's so they probably sold so few of them. No one's gonna know what the fuck
Should
it
we
is,
ask
Julian.
Pooh Crafter what he thinks about the Halloween video? We could do that another time.
No, fuck, I don't need Pooh Crafter's opinion on the fucking.
I love getting Pooh Crafter's opinion.
Pooh Crafter.
No, it's like I don't know. You can only listen to so many opinions. Like
You can
I have
only
a hard
listen to
enough
so many
time
opinions.
Getting us on the same page. I don't need fucking Pooh Crafters in this like Venn
In
diagram.
this circle, Pooh Crafter, we're gonna need your veto or approval for this next.
Yeah, we're
video
gonna need. He's
idea.
our producer. We need your sign off. We need your green light. But it's good for my merch. I will say, nah, never mind.
Now say it.
No, it's not like it was someone else's opinion I was about to just regurgitate.
If you agree with it, I mean, if you find it sensible.
No, it's like, you know that thing where you like read the like title of a fucking news article, and I was just about to say it, and I was like, Donald Trump seems like he's panicking. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have no proof that he's panicking. I've just seen that written down, and I was about to regurgitate it with like zero backup. So I stopped myself because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I've been thinking about is one of the contenders for a presidential candidate.
One of the tendies.
One of the presidential candidates was like somehow as a big stakeholder in Hilton hotels. And it got me kind of thinking like
who was?
So there were beforehand when we didn't know it was going to be Kamala taking over the vice presidential or taking over the presidential nominee, there was a bunch of talk about who it might be or who the vice president might be. And one of the top contenders in both of those was someone who is like, I forget their name, but they're a really big like Hilton hotel stakeholder. And it made me think like, what businesses do better under like the Democratic policy, you know? Because we think about like Republicans as being like stimulating, like, you know, as being the economically driven ones. But then I thought about like, maybe Hilton Hotels feels like when a middle class or lower middle class family gets some money, they're very likely to spend it with Hilton, and they do very well. So they want the Democrats to come in. Or maybe the Democrats are just like, yes, oil regulations, fuck hotel regulations. Like, I don't know.
A lot of hotels actually get government money to house like soldiers and homeless, and they get lots of different.
That's real. So yeah, they're stakeholders for progressive policy, or like, I mean, I guess not soldiers, but I mean, I guess that's just
I lived in
one
a
of
hotel.
the amendments.
It
seems very Republican. We house active duty soldiers, and we house them when they become homeless afterwards.
No, yeah, for real.
The full life of a United States military veteran.
In the Hilton Suites.
Is it Kamala or Kamala? Because you both have been saying it differently. I just want to give you a heads up.
So to be completely honest, I have no clue. I think of it as Kamala.
I think
it's definitely
stupid.
Kamala.
No,
it's definitely you saying that because you live with him? Because
no, I think it's Kamala Harris.
I think it's really likely that it is. I have no clue that I would even wager a guess that I am wrong, but I
might be wrong too. Now that I'm not even.
For some
I'm pretty
reason,
sure it's Kamala.
When I think of Tim Waltz saying it, I swear to God, he says Kamala. Like, I feel like when I listen to the news, I hear Kamala
yeah, but
Harris
he's also
was
making
in.
it
Georgia
fun for
today.
like Minnesotans.
Kamala.
It's like the olives.
Kamala.
Kamala olives.
So I did this for my friends, Zach, or rather, so I was on my family vacation recently.
Not me.
I was on my family vacation recently, and this is a slight change of subject.
Good.
I'm on my family vacation recently, and I was talking to my cousins, and I was talking because everyone's Canadian, obviously.
Oh, it was like a bunch of you that went.
It was a bunch of us,
That's
yeah. So
fun.
it was everyone from my dad's side of the family. I mean, we don't have like a very big family, like what, 3 brothers, 5 cousins. Like people have way bigger families.
Seems pretty big. You mentioned the dad's side. What's that?
Yeah, right. Zachary has his mom, Julian.
What's
maybe,
that?
Maybe check your
you
audience.
have a mom's side and a dad's side. I just have the family. I don't have like the distinction. Go ahead.
That's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny
I'm sure
for
it is to
me.
you fucker.
From an outsider perspective, I think it's like really unique to me that you don't have a daddy.
Piece of shit. See, Megan, this isn't me not being able to take it. This is me.
That's not how you responded.
That's back and forth.
Okay, go ahead.
But I was talking to my Canadian family, and I was saying, like, so you all have, obviously my ones who actually live in Canada have this accent. I was talking to my American cousin who's kind of got the same thing as me, where it's like, she'll say things kind of Canadian. Yeah, annoying. Oh, yeah. She'll say things kind of, you're laughing way too hard at that, man.
Your accent's really annoying.
Megan, does that fall under like the compliment or like the demeaning side of the
That is
spectrum?
not a compliment.
This is like
I'm aware.
Megan when Zach's fucking viewpoints finally align with her. She's like, yes, finally.
It's always
At
that,
least we can agree on one thing.
I was talking to my cousin. We were all sounding very annoying as we were doing it. And I was talking about how you will sometimes make fun of my Canadian accent.
shit.
And you won't say like, oh yeah, he's talking about this. Or you won't say like, oh, get out of here. Oh, sorry about that. Like you won't do any of the things that I would typically associate with a Canadian accent. When you want to make fun of my Canadian accent, you go, oh yeah. No? Okay. Got a bigger laugh on the family vacation.
That joke's hilarious in Canada. Really kills.
Because people I don't know what voice you're doing when you're going, oh yeah. It's like Minnesota. But I feel like all of the times when I'm like, Canada, oh yeah. Like I've just heard that. I can hear your voice coming through on that.
I think that's just an impression of you being loud. Just anything loud.
I'm gonna
and
do that
rambunctious.
in the rest of the videos now. I'm just gonna, you'll make a point and I'll be like, oh yeah. Keep going.
So I was trying. What do you think about Immigrants? Pretty bad.
Elaborate.
Oh yeah.
He just wanted you to
I just wanted
say,
you to
oh,
agree.
okay,
Yeah.
you wanted me to
Yeah.
agree. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I got that. From
People
this
bring a diverse
fucking
spectrum
silence.
of life experience.
Oh,
into
Megan,
this
you want?
country.
Did we already talk about the ID thing? No, talk about the ID thing.
Yeah, I wanted to. Earlier you told me I can't.
Yeah, well, this fits in now.
Yeah, all right. So I'm talking with my dad, and he just, like, out of nowhere, by the way, we're just drinking tea, starts talking about how, like, Mexicans are coming up from Mexico and getting legit IDs. And I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about? Like, they don't have to prove residency. And I'm like, what do you mean? How is that a thing? What are these IDs? They can't be real. They're real. And I'm like, where are you getting this information? He couldn't tell me. I don't know. It was just a terrible conversation.
The point I made to Megan, she was like, "That's not right, right?" I was like, "Well, don't argue about whether or not it's right. Just ask him. Like, do you want the immigrants to be documented or not, man? Like, that's a good thing, right? Like, the whole problem is
makes them
undocumented.
documented,
Like,
dog.
And I was like, I'm sure that the the identification card is slightly different, or at least like shows that they I don't know. And he's like,
So
nope.
Lily
it's a real ID.
Lily, as a lifelong American citizen, had to go get her first ID, and she didn't
Recently?
have no, not recently, a while ago, like in high school. And she just had to go get her first ID to like get like a job and have like fucking just easy proof of identification. And she went to the DOL, and
That's where you go.
it
Department of
took
Licensing.
her
Yeah.
forever. She had to, because she didn't have her parent with her to just be like, yep, I'm her parent and I have an ID and I'm an American citizen. She didn't have her parents with her at the time. So she had to travel back like 9 separate times, getting multiple pieces of mail from her residency and multiple yearbook photos and her birth certificate.
That's what
and
I
like
told my
every
dad.
single thing that she could. It's fucking impossible to get your ID unless you have an American citizen standing above you that says like, oh yeah, this is my child. In
I
which
vouch
case it's
for him.
much easier. Let him in. Let him have
He's
some
one of
freedom.
us.
Let him
That's
have
what
some freedom.
I tried to tell him, I was like, Dad, when was the last time you went to the DMV? Do you remember how big of a shit show that is? I know that's
Yeah.
a driver's license, but like you have to prove residency to get an idea. Where are you getting this information? And then like at the end of the call, he vaguely kind of mentions, oh, the California governor said it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to find it.
California.
Also,
Ew.
who is the governor of California? Because I don't know. He definitely doesn't fucking know.
Gavin Newsom?
I don't know. I don't know the governor of Washington. I am privileged white girl. I don't have to know these things.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So my mom set
It's
up.
Gavin Newsom. That's 2
Good
Googles for
job.
Julian in a row.
Good job.
First
Julian.
burrito. Yeah, Megan, please say that more. I love hearing that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Gavin Newsom.
That was like the least.
Gavin Newsom is the governor of California.
That was like the least segmentation of the episode you could have possibly done. He totally just. No one notices but Poo Crafter. But like we're trying, dog. You're like, that's 2 for 2 in the past 90 minutes.
That's 2 for 2. In the time when we've been here in real time, not you guys, us.
Yo,
The experience of watching something on film is totally fucking shattered for you because we did 4 of these in a row.
Yo, imagine having to wait 14 days for the second half of this 90-minute comment.
Straight up.
Fucking idiot.
I know how it's gonna go. It's bad.
You kind of get a forecast for the rest of the 2 weeks of.
A lot of the time, Zach and I will have a forecast where we'll either end the filming session going, thought that went pretty well. Good job, man. I thought you had some good bits in that. Or we'll just end it by going home. Like, yeah, another one under our fucking belt.
We just sit here quietly with all the lights off and the AC running loudly, just contemplating our fucking lives. You know, we've accomplished nothing in our entire lives.
We need like a refractory period. No, literally nothing, right? I mean, I guess that's how a lot of creative people feel in theory, but also I'll look at a lot of the people I really idolize. The ages that they really started participating are getting deadly close.
I have such existential dread anytime I see this. I'm like, when did things work out? 25. Ugh. It's like, oh my god,
Yikes!
it's like, when did things start going good for you? 27, dude. Something needs to happen in the next 18 months, or I'm fucked, Julian.
It's time to fucking lock in, dog.
We
Otherwise,
watched the first Dave Chappelle special,
Yeah.
and Zachary was, how old was he again?
Oh my god, dude, Dave Chappelle during
like 16 or something like that.
no,
like
in
really
this
young.
comedy special where he's like in a fucking theater of people. He's like one of the most famous comedians in the world. He's fucking like 24, 25. And he was hilarious. And I was just like,
was
oh
so
my
good.
god, I'm
He was
useless.
so good.
I was like, I'm useless.
I got to watch that.
He's
I got to
so
watch Zach's
good.
existential
To be fair, some of the
crisis on
time-
couch
So
next to
good.
me.
You can't compare yourself to the people that are the best at something, though.
If
That's bad.
I'm going to be,
Yo, let's wrap this up. That can be the end of it.
for me, I'd say
I'm
it's
hot.
better.
I'm fucking hungry.
It's better that we're not done baking yet. it's better to learn a little more.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think that's a really convenient thing to tell yourself when things have not
What
worked
else
out
are you
yet.
gonna tell yourself, man?
You think Pete Davidson's like, man, I really wish I would have cooked more before I got SNL. Like, I'm sure no young famous person has ever been like, you know what I could have used before I got famous? More life experience involving not being successful. All right, let's go.
I am that. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that dude. I am that. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. Don't stop, we go straight to the top. And we all going together.